Hi, it's Claire from Claire's Itchy Feet, and I just wanted to make this really quick video as a bit of an introduction to SEO because a few people have been asking me just about some basics. Okay, so I thought the easiest thing to do is I'm going to take you through what I do when I am about to write a blog post. So I recently went to Puerto Morelos and spent 2 days there, and when I came back I needed to write a blog post for it. So the first thing that I do before I start to do anything else is keyword research. So I use key search. It's the easiest and most budget-friendly tool that I've found. I am on the paid program, but for me, I am on here every day, and it is 100% worth. I think I got like a discount, which if you subscribe using my link and use the code, you will get two. It's about $15 a month, which for me is like totally fine because I use it all the time. They do have a free plan, so if while you're kind of warming yourself up, you can use the free plan first. Anyway, okay, so it's as simple as I'm going to write something about Puerto Morelos, so I will just write in here Puerto Morelos and then search. I'm not going to talk you through the entire search process because Sharon from Digital Nomad Wannabe is amazing and she's done some really good tutorials, so please familiarize yourself with her and her stuff and go and learn how to do your key search. Maybe I'll do another video later, but I could do a whole 20-minute video on just on this, so I'm not going to do that. So I got my keywords, and then what I do is I always use Google Docs to write my blog posts. Okay, so first thing I do, I get the keyword. So this is my main keyword. I then have all of these other keywords. Now, if you subscribe to Sharon's stuff, Digital Nomad Wannabe, you should be looking at 50 to 100 keywords if you're writing a 3,000 word article. So adjust accordingly. I try and put as many of these in as I can. Okay, so then I know that these are the keywords I want to work with, but this is the main one. So this is the one that we're going to focus on now. The other ones are secondary. Maybe you want to put them in twice, 2 or 3 times throughout the article, or maybe even just once. You're just kind of sprinkling these things in. So then I'm going to go for my title. So this is sometimes the same as the SEO title, sometimes not. I will explain the difference in a moment. So actually, I can do it now. So I'm just going to go in and find this. Okay, so you have space to put 2 titles. Your blog post title goes at the top of the blog post and the SEO title will go down at the bottom in your YOAST plugin. Okay, we'll come back to that in a moment. Then the URL. If you notice here, one of the things that they all have in common is things to do in Puerto Morelos. Ultimate guide to Puerto Morelos, things to do. Things to do in Puerto Morelos, meta description, things to do in Puerto Morelos. So you need to have your main keyword in each of these things. Really important. Title, SEO title, URL, meta description. Okay, your title is also known as your H1 tag. Okay, so those of you who I've spoke to, who I've done SEO audits for, you're like, what are all these things she's talking about? The H1 is missing, or the H2 is too long, or the H1 is too short. H1 is your main title. You'll also have an option to add in more H1s, but H1 is the main title. Okay, then article start. Then I go through and I write. So the most important H tags, if you like, is the H2. The H2 tag. You can do that in Google too. Heading 2, H2. Heading 1, H1. Okay? So H2, you need to put lots of H2s through your blog post, especially if it's a long one like this, because it makes it easier to read, it makes it easier to look at for the person who's looking at it, and it's also a really important place to be putting your keywords in. When Google crawls through it, it really yeah, H2s are important. So make sure that you have your keyword at some point, things to do in Puerto Morelos, in there, okay? I also try and use as many of these keywords to be my H2, to be my heading 2s as well. I also use H3s just to break it up a little bit more. These are the smaller ones here. So I do all of this in Google Docs. I make sure that all of my H1s and H2s in there, make sure it's nicely formatted. And then depending on who I'm working with, like because there was a lot of detail in this, I actually sent it to Cam Condos, who I worked with on the post, and got them to check it. I always put my links in separately. You'll see why in a moment. So at first, when I first started blogging, I was just copying and pasting directly into the visual editor, which is here. It's normally the first one that you see. Bad idea. Don't do it. You end up with a load of extra code that you don't like, which slows down the site and has a negative effect. It just becomes messy. So when you're copying and pasting, what I do is I just go from where it says article start, copy the lot, then paste it into the text, okay? That is going to remove all of the formatting. So it's going to look a little bit meh to begin with, but don't worry, you're just going to have to go through. You've got this as a reference and then you can go through and add it all in. So now the things that are at the top of the doc, which are title. So I would come through and I just copy and paste the title in, edit the URL, copy and paste that in. Then I go all the way down to, this is a long post. Okay, I go all the way down to this. If you haven't got this plugin, go and get it right now. Most important plugin that you're gonna have on your blog, okay? YOAST SEO. I don't pay too much attention to the readable analysis because some of it's just not relevant. I keep an eye on it. I make sure that it's easy to read, but some of it I don't worry too much about. Okay, this is quite important though. So, focus key phrase, things to do in Puerto Morelos. That is your focus keyword, your main keyword. Enter that in here. Okay, edit snippet. SEO title. So you're going to copy and paste from your document the SEO title. Slug is the same as a URL. Meta description. Okay, here's the thing. Meta description, 140 characters most. Do not put any more in. And make sure that your keyword is in there. Okay? So I always write it in the document, and then when you're in Google Docs, you can just, I know there's a shortcut for this, but whatever. Characters, I know it's 120, so I've got 20 more characters, but it's fine, it looks okay. Okay, because when you Google it, this is what comes up. If you write too much, it's going to trail off. It doesn't look great, and Google doesn't rank it anyway, and there's also a chance that they'll just completely discount the meta description and go from what's at the top of the doc. So don't let that happen. Make sure it's under 140 characters. Okay. Then when you're going through the document, like I said, the H2s are really important. So you want to try and get as many keywords into H2s as you can. So you just click on here and just click to H2. Everything else should be in paragraph. You can add some more, you can add another H1 in here if you want, and try and make sure that that's your main keyword. So yeah, you can put that somewhere, but it's not necessary. So the important place is to put the SEO. So you want to put it as early on in the article as you can, looking for things to do in Puerto Morelos. Okay, so I've got it in there straight away. And then I sprinkle in my others in different places. And then I've got somewhere, things to do in Puerto Morelos. So I've got it here. And then it's probably in here maybe another 2 or 3 times, probably at the end. Okay? Now, other really important thing, one more thing, alt tags. La 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 la. Okay, alternative text now. I've been a little bit naughty with this one. Alt tags should really be a description. Should really be a description of what the photo is of. So my Paradise Beach Club. I'm gonna write it out actually. But when I'm being really lazy and I'm trying to be quick, I just copy and paste the SEO title in there. Okay, so I'm going to do it correctly for this one. So, beach clubbing. Okay. So yeah, sand and sea. Oh, there's no sea actually. I'm just going to do that. Okay, so it's a description of it, and then going to hit update. Okay, so you have to make sure that all of your images, if I go to add media, actually that's probably a little bit easier. And I'm just going to pick one of the pictures so you can see. Okay, so I have a plugin for Pinterest. And all of the that aren't a pin, I make sure are disabled so that people can't pin them on Pinterest, because I don't want them to. In the description, I put the SEO title. In the alt text, you should be writing what the images is. So this one would be Claire from... Oh, I can't spell my own name wrong. A glass of wine in can. Okay, so there's my description. If it is a pin with this amazing plugin, we find a pin that's been uploaded recently. Okay, here you can actually just add the Pinterest text in with all of the hashtags. It's really awesome. Definitely recommend this plugin. It's on one of my blog posts about blogging courses. I put the link to it in there. It's not an affiliate link. Is it? Maybe it is an affiliate link. Sorry, it might be. I'm not sure. Anyway, okay, so to recap, alt tags on all the photographs. Make sure they all have a description as well, and make sure your keywords are in the description. H1 tags. This is your main H1. You can add other H1 tags by just choosing this, okay? It just means heading 1, that's it. H2 tags, this is a H2 tag, heading 2 tag. URL, which is where you're going to put your keyword as well. Sprinkle your keywords throughout your blog post. And then at the bottom, edit snippet, SEO title, meta description, 140 characters of your keyword in once, focus key phrase, put that in here. Okay, and then just go through and check. Okay, these are all good job, well done. Slug word, don't worry about that. Not at the beginning, that's fine. Okay, so then I made some changes, so I'm just going to click update. Okay, another important thing. So all that I'm telling you here, I forgot something. I'm sorry. So another important, we're just talking about technical SEO here as well. So these are like really technical things that you completely have control over. So it's really important that all of your website links up to each other. Internal SEO is super important. So make sure that you are linking to other articles on your blog post, okay? And then once you have uploaded your article, go through some other blog posts. So like all of my Mexico articles all link to each other. I have some cornerstone content, which is normally my like big posts on where to stay and how to get from such and such to the airport. They normally become my cornerstone, and then everything else links into them, okay? So all of my Mexico articles link Playa del Carmen to Tulum, where to stay in Cancun. There's certain articles that all of my Mexico link to. And then I'm going to go and find other articles on Mexico and link it back up, okay? And link to this blog post in there. I haven't done that today. I will do that at some point though. So once that's done, the next thing you need to do... Oh, wrong one. Okay. go to Google Search Console. Go to the webmaster. Okay, come through and you want to go to crawl. And then you want to go to fetch as Google. Okay, I've already done this, so I'm not going to do it again, but you can see today, you just put in, okay, I'm just going to do this one. So why walking is the future travel? Hit fetch. It will then come up, request indexing. You hit, let me just do it, just so I can show you. Blah, 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 blah. If you fetch and render, it takes longer, so I'm not really sure what a render is, to be honest. I just fetch. Fetch has been working fine for me. And then you just request indexing. It'll ask if you're a robot. And that's all you have to do. If you don't do this, it could take up to 3 months for Google to find you. Okay? No one wants to wait 3 months. We want to speed this process up, okay? I'm going to show you quickly. I think it's Tulum. I think it's Tulum cooking class. Maybe. Okay. Okay, so I published this on the 12th of December. Within 24 hours, it was on page 2 of Google, and now a week later, it's on page 1. Okay, so I have done no external linking to this, so I haven't done any link swaps. It hasn't even done that well on social media. It hasn't been shared that much. Getting to page 1 of Google was just doing really good keyword research, making sure my internal technical SEO was good, making sure that lots of my blog posts linked to this, and asking Google to search it. That's it, okay? And once you get a good, the other important thing about SEO is if you are just flying around the world writing random blog posts about random countries and not getting like a substantial amount of content from one country, Google isn't, like, it might take you a bit longer to go up the search engines, but because I've got a lot of content on Mexico, it's the same as Guatemala. If I publish something on Guatemala now, it's going to go up high in the search rankings because Google can see that I've got a lot of good content on Guatemala, so it trusts me, if that makes sense. So with Mexico, because I'm writing about Mexico so much now, and because the content's doing well, it's going up in Google rankings, Google likes it, and therefore when I write something new about Mexico, it trusts me, so it favors my content. Okay, so all of these things are completely in your control. You're not asking anyone else to link to you. You're not having to wait for anything. And once you get into this habit of working like this, it's really, really quick. It doesn't take that long. It's a bit of a doing the keyword searches at the beginning. It definitely was a bit of a mindset change for me to start doing keyword research before writing. But when I realized that I was able to do less work and get more results, I started taking the time to do it, and now it's a really quick process. But like I said, to learn how to do the key search, go to Digital Nomad Wannabe. I think it's just DNW, Make Money from Blogging. Join that group. She's amazing. Between her and the Nomadic Mac course, which I also highly, highly recommend, because he goes through, like, his background was developing websites for SEO, like doing lots of back in the day, like kind of black hat stuff. So he knows so much about SEO. So between his course and what I learned from Sharon, it's changed, like, it's definitely changed the way I blog. It's changed, it educated me on SEO, and now I'm like, how did I never get this before? So I promise you, if you are feeling overwhelmed by it all, don't worry. You can rewatch this video anytime. You can ask me questions. And yeah, I really hope that it's useful and has explained a few things. I always find videos are a bit are a bit more helpful sometimes than blog posts. But anyway, that's 20 minutes. This is supposed to be a quick video, so I'm going to stop now. Good luck, and yeah, post any questions or anything in the link below, and I will get back to you as soon as I can.